Take the night off cooking and dine better. Celebrate better at the Coach House in Deniliquin tonight.
Part of the Ace Radio Network. 88.5, 103.9, 102.5 Edge FM.
17 degrees in Melbourne. Showers developing tomorrow. A top of 19. It's 6 o'clock. Good evening. I'm Tony Tardio. The parents of a man who fatally stabbed 6 people at Westfield Bondi Junction in Sydney at the weekend say they're heartbroken by what has happened. 5 women and 1 man were killed by Queensland man Joel Couchy during the attack on Saturday. Joel's father Andrew spoke to media outside his Toowoomba home, saying he's deeply torn.
There's nothing I can do or say that can bring them back to bed.
See, no one's blaming you, just so you know.
I know that, but I mean, he's my son.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, he's my son, and I'm loving a monster. To you, he's a monster. To me, he was a very sick boy. Believe me, he was a very sick boy.
The sails of the Sydney Opera House are being lit up with black ribbon in honour of the victims of the mass stabbing. Ella Smith reports.
A steady stream of mourners have placed flowers, balloons and cards at a makeshift tribute outside Westfield Bondi Junction where 6 people were killed. Those paying respect shocked at how a place they often visit could become the site of such tragedy.
We were supposed to come Saturday here, but we changed our appointment.
Governor-General David Hurley added to the collection of bouquets and signed the condolences book, drawing similarities to the collective grief following the deadly Link Cafe siege in 2014.
This struck a chord in one sense, and you can see similar response here.
Flags have been flown at half-mast across the nation. A permanent memorial is being discussed. The shopping centre is no longer a crime scene, but it will remain closed tomorrow. In Sydney, Ella Smith, 9 News.
Network 10 is claiming vindication after a judge found that on the balance of probabilities, Bruce Lehrmann raped Brittany Higgins at Parliament House in Canberra. Lehrmann unsuccessfully sued Network 10 and Lisa Wilkinson for defamation over the allegation, which he has always denied. Outside courts, Ms Wilkinson thanked her family and colleagues who supported her throughout.
I also want to say how grateful I am to all the generous members of the public who have approached me almost every single day to express, often through tears, their unwavering support.
Former Australian cricketer Michael Slater has fronted a Sunshine Court after he was arrested on the weekend. Slater had his matter mentioned in the Maroochydore Magistrates Court, where he's facing a number of charges related to domestic violence. The 54-year-old was remanded in custody to face court again tomorrow. Charges have been laid against a Victorian man believed to be part of a syndicate plotting to import cocaine into Brisbane. Federal police uncovered 289 kilograms of the drug in an air consignment described as gravel mix and drill bits. They've since arrested a 20-year-old who's been refused bail. He is back in court next month. Police are investigating a suburban footballer who was reportedly coward-punched at Hampton Park. The Herald Sun has obtained vision of a man jumping the fence and striking a Hampton Park player as he watched play from the interchange bench. The incident happened in a reserves game between Hampton Park and Doveton at the Robert Booth Reserve. In finance news, the share market down 40 points, the dollar buying 64.87 US cents.
Echuca Auto Group, the home of Kia and Cherry, Northern Highway Echuca.
Dunstall will join goal-kicking champions Gordon Coventry and Tony Lockett when he's elevated to legend status in the Hall of Fame this year. The four-time Premiership Hawk kicked 1,254 goals in a career spanning 13 seasons. He says he was lucky to play the final 8 seasons of his career after fracturing his skull against Melbourne in 1990.
All we wanted to do was play the game back then, so it didn't really matter what the injury was. You just, whatever it took to get over it, and then you'd want to get back out there. But I think we're probably a little bit more mindful of repercussions and and the way we look at players' management now, that it might have been a bigger discussion had it happened today rather than back when it did.
It's 6:05. That's the latest in news and sport.
G'day, Fantasia with the latest in sport thanks to Powercore. Powercore supplying power to homes across Western Victoria. Pies star Nick Dacos says the side's premiership defence is building nicely, bouncing back from losing the opening 3 matches of the season to record back-to-back wins. Collingwood take on Port Adelaide this weekend, with veteran Scott Pendlebury in doubt to line up after hurting his ribs in the gather-round win over the Hawks. Match review officer Michael Christian has moved to clarify 2 different gradings for similar incidents over the weekend, where Crow Matt Crouch copped a week ban, while Port's Zach Butters escaped suspension. Christian says Butters was going for the ball, while Crouch elected to bump. And Hawthorn champion Jason Dunstall will become the 32nd player elevated to legend status in the Australian Football Hall of Fame. The 59-year-old is a 4-time premiership player, 4-time club best and fairest winner, and 3-time Coleman medalist. That's sport thanks to Powercore. Powercore's year-round vegetation inspection and cutting program is keeping communities safe.
If you're a tradie and you can't afford $30 a week to market your business, are you even serious about success? Be a trusty tradie. Call 5881-1811.
Your website is like your front door online. If it's looking tired, outdated, or you don't even have a website, contact us today to find an affordable front door for your business.
Stop! Hey, you better get to Rob's retirement sale at Denny Better Home Living. After 29 years, Rob's got heaps of better bargains. Rob's retiring, so get in before it's all gone. Better get to Denny Better Home Living now. George Street, Deniliquin.
102.5 Edge FM, your official emergency broadcaster.
For 25 years, Aussies have been powering their passion with Battery World. So if you're hitting the open road, on your next outdoor adventure, or simply taking pride in a job well done, there's only one place to go, and that's Battery World.
Edge FM weather.
A Renson Barker Livestock and Property Denny, your local independent stock agent.
Your 4-day forecast for northern Victoria and the southern Riverina, down to a low of 6 degrees tonight. Partly cloudy tomorrow with a chance of fog in the morning. Looking ahead to Wednesday, partly cloudy with a top of 23 degrees. On Thursday, mostly sunny with a top of 21, and partly cloudy on Friday, heading for a top of 22 degrees. Deniliquin tomorrow, headed for a top of 25 degrees. At Chickamoama seeing 23, Cobram 25 as well.
The Big Mac is the original mouthful, a one-of-a-kind flavour that now comes in 3 sizes.
At the moment, it's 19 degrees.